Wish everyone would.
This is Jim Crow 2.0. It's sick. Stone cold racism in a scale I never thought I'd see in my lifetime. Never have seen in my lifetime. It's all happening. Bring us back to a pre-1960s world. It's jaw-dropping what's happening. It was jaw-dropping what Governor Landry did. He suspended a primary election where tens of thousands of people had already voted. Why? To redistrict 2 districts to eliminate black representation. I can't believe that we're experiencing this. My parents talked to me about this. I said, well, thank God it's not going to happen on my lifetime. And it's happening in real time. Anti-woke is anti-black. All these attacks on DEI, it's anti-black. Level of racism is sick. Rewriting history, censoring historical fact. Number of African Americans have been eliminated from key positions and posts. The Pentagon and elsewhere, it's sick. It's happening in the United States of America.
Shalom. First and foremost, I'm taking this shirt off. Part about it. Underestimated the weather, Hakim. Whoo, I was hot. All right. Gotta bring that back up.
And elsewhere, it's sick. It's happening in the United States of America in the open. And it needs to be called out. So forgive me for reacting this way. And I feel a deep responsibility to do something about this. Nothing to do with me as governor, just as a human being. This is not why our founding fathers lived and died. It was about the expansion of liberty, expansion of freedom, including more and more people. We're seeing exactly the opposite take shape under this administration. This is Jim Crow 2.0. It's sick.
All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praise and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Kahakodash. Double honors unto the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who rule well. Citation to you, Akim out there pushing this truth, sincerity, and fearlessness. Back at you with another lesson through the spirit. All right, man, it's so much stuff going on. All right, we're just gonna go down the line and go let the spirit where the spirit moves us. But this clip right here, it's actually the Gavin Newsom governor in I think California. Yeah, he ain't shit, but it says Governor Gavin Newsom said redistricting changes being pursued by Republican-led states, especially actions that reduce black majority districts, amount to Jim Crow 2.0 and represent stone cold racism. His remark came after the Supreme Court Louisiana v. Callias decision, which struck down Louisiana's race-based congressional map and encouraged other red states to redraw districts. All right, so Esau's showing their so first of all, prophecy is scriptures of Esau hating Jacob over that birthright. This is prophecy is coming off the pages. All right, and pretty much Esau's trying to get back to make America great again, and they know that their time is ending. So this is their attack. This is them attacking and trying to preserve themselves because it's the end game for them. So Esau has always developed laws behind preserving them. All right, but the laws are always preserved behind Esau. I gotta get to that. Speaking of that, bear with me. The laws are always constructed around Jake. All right. Let's see.
This video, and I'll be right back. One of the arguments you hear in opposition.
Bear with me.
Meanwhile, back at racism headquarters. I really like this video. This video is great. It's self-explanatory.
white male sitting there and he's having you listen. And I would consider this guy an ally. You have to listen to it because it's fantastic. It's a voiceover of a man talking about why there is a voting act, the reason for it.
Yeah, it is.
You know where the lie is. It's fantastic. Let's listen to it. I am so
And this for educational purposes only. All right. Copyright Act. All right. Fair use. And this is here showing that that these people have always implemented in their kingdom rules and regulations to keep us, so-called Black, Spanish, and Native Americans, in servitude.
Tired of white men cosplaying the apocalypse. The only reason why we needed the goddamn Voting Rights Act in the first place is because of white men. I don't care that you don't see the value in it. Neither did your great-grandfather. And that's the reason we have it. It got passed in the 60s. I am tired of it. I'm tired of pretending that the motherfuckers responsible for us needing it aren't alive. They're alive, and you call them grandma. So no, white boy, I don't care what the you think about the goddamn Voting Rights Act. I don't care. I don't care what any white person thinks about it. At all. Because the only reason we need any of this is because white people needed to be told in writing not to be awful. That's why. You guys don't like that part, but that's what laws are. They're telling you not to be a piece of shit. It's very weird that we have so many laws surrounding race because white men won't be better. They won't be better. They won't do better. It doesn't matter what year it is. In the year of our Lord 2026, we are still discussing the merits of black people voting because you are not different than your f***ing ancestor. Meanwhile, back at racism headquarters.
And that's what I wanted to get out of here. All right, perpetual hatred, and that's shameful spewing. You know. All right, perpetual hatred. See, Esau, as like I said, they always implemented things to put Jake into servitude. We always was fighting for laws for them to protect us. You know, they're always trying to bend the laws. It's just all types of bullshit, man. And they're still doing it till today, doing it till this day. Like, what's his name? Deontay Wilder said to this day. Ezekiel chapter 35, verse 5, because thou hast had a perpetual hatred and had shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had an end. Therefore, as I live, saith the Lord God, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. Saith thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee. All right. So the fact that Esau is bringing in new Jim Crows and stopping laws today, and the fact that they've been doing it for years and decades, man, Esau Edom, ever since he's been reigning, he's been doing this shit. All right. So that is evidence that the Lord, that's Esau. All right. And they cannot be made different. You know, it's Esau Edom spewing what he's spewing, but he's not, they can't change. You know, what is that? Can't make what's crooked straight. You know, roughly paraphrasing. Can't make what is all right. All right. See, the Lord made Esau Edom the way he made Esau Edom, a vile human being, a rapist, a robber. You so-called white man and his race, his people, a race, a robber. All right, that's what the Lord made them. They can't be nothing else. They are not built that way. They're never, it will change. But it is evident that they will always remain the same until they are destroyed, and that time is coming. Ecclesiastes chapter 1 verse 15, and that which is crooked cannot be made straight, and what which is wanting cannot be numbered. All right, what is crooked cannot be made straight, man. All right, it is what it is, and we are here to prophesy the ending of Esau's kingdom, and that, you know, it's over with, and there's no more reigning in this kingdom anymore. No, get it in the NLT, Ecclesiastes chapter 1 verse 15. What is wrong cannot be made right. What is missing cannot be recovered. All right. So it is what it is, man. The Lord is definitely bringing down the strongholds of this place. All right. Shameful spewing. Let's get that shameful spewing. He's being made. He can't even lie because it's his own people are like, man, this don't lie, motherfucker. We know too. Don't lie, mother. How are you gonna fucking lie to these? You know, his own people bringing up receipts. His own people bring up receipts in ancient times too. His own people are the ones who make the encyclopedias that tell the truth. All right, that they try to hide those books. Ecclesiastes, Habakkuk chapter 2 verse 16. Thou art filled with shame for glory. Drink thou also, and let thy foreskin be uncovered. The cup of the Lord's right hand shall be turned unto thee, and shameful spewing shall be on thy glory. All right. This is supposed to be Esau's glory days, but it's shame all over it. It's just shame, shame, shame. You've seen that Game of Thrones when that woman that was sleeping with her brother was walking down. Shame, shame. It's the shame walk right now. You know, they trying to hide and do all this critical race theory shit. You know, it remind me of another video that I recently seen. Boom, 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 boom. Just bear with me, bear with me. Won't be a long video. Boom, 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 boom. Ooh, 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 ooh. Okay, which one is that? They coming out with movies targeting Jake and all that shit, man.
This video, and I'll be right back. One of the arguments you hear in opposition to talking to young children or to teaching elementary level school children about racism, the history of racism.
You run it back.
This video, and I'll be right back. One of the arguments you hear in opposition to talking to young children or to teaching elementary level school children about racism and the history of racism in America, the argument goes something along the lines of, well, you're going to make white kids feel bad about being white. What is your response to that?
Well, I would say those people are most concerned about our teaching of slavery. So let's just talk about slavery. Sure. If we teach white kids about slavery, we're going to teach them that there were white people who enslaved people and there were black people who were enslaved. And we're also going to teach them that there were white people and black people who challenged and fought against slavery. And so my question back to them would be, why can't we allow white children to identify with white abolitionists? And and also it demonstrates to me that these folks recognize that kids are not colorblind and that how we shape the curriculum impacts our children. So then why aren't they concerned about how black kids feel when they're not represented in the curriculum?
Perfect response. This is how you shut it down. Why do you assume these children would not identify with the abolitionists? Why do you assume that these children would identify more with the racist slave owners? But what's always been crazy to me is that white children are so delicate that they can't learn about racism
you to experience it from said children. So when the white child is being racist, you can't teach them that racism is wrong. But the black child that's being abused by said child being racist, they have to deal with it. Go home and cry. The parents have to talk to them. Said child being racist, they have to deal with it. Go home and cry. The parents have to talk to them. How does that make sense? White children that delicate? Anywho, perfect response.
But yeah, man, this thing is definitely rigged. You know, this thing is, Esau definitely has a hate for Jacob. You know, Esau definitely has everything set up for Jake to just lose. All right, and his kingdom is falling, and he's gonna, you know, hunker down because he don't want to lose this kingdom. All right, he's gonna hunker down. He's gonna make Jake the face of all the bullshit, even though Esau is the face of all the bullshit. All right, he's been having his way in his kingdom, vile, you know, wicked as fuck. You know, I just seen something. 3 Edomites had sex with some dogs, horses, and shit. They was having sex with animals and shit. Because that's what these motherfuckers do, man. These motherfuckers are sick, man. You know, and they having their way. Well, that's what the scriptures say. Rejoice and be glad, O daughter Edom. You know, roughly paraphrase. Let me get that. These motherfucking devils, man, they having their little way. You know, they having their little way at the end. Lamentations, this. Lamentations, chapter 4, verse 21. Rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom, that dwellest in the land of Uz. The cup also shall pass through unto thee. Thou shalt be drunken and shalt make thyself naked. That's why shit. They going so hard. You got that streamer Chubb, the BBC lover, Edomite man. He sat there and got arrested and stuff like that. But it took them a while for him to stop. You know, he having his way, man. They going crazy, man. They losing their kingdom. That's why they doing what they doing. You know. And the curses is coming upon them. Judgment is coming. A lot of judgment is happening, man. That's why it's high time to wake up out of sleep, quit bullshitting with yourself. Man, stay in tune with the Lord, man. Be diligent. All right. But with that, hope the elect was edified. All right. Shalom, Kwam Yasharallah. Give all praises. Close out. Give all praise unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Makahak, Madash, double honors unto the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, who rule well. Say, taste to your Akim out there pushing this truth again. Shalom. Kwam Yasharallah.